What up, YouTube? It's Rob Monty here, bringing you guys some more wrestling news. So for today's news, we have an update on MJF and his surgery going. We also have Cody Rhodes filing his trademark for his name, and on top of that, we also have Vince McMahon and his current mood as far as his working environment during this whole coronavirus pandemic. So let's begin, guys. Let's get into it. Alright. So we're going to go into our small video here, and we're going in our window capture here. So, breaking news as far as MJF goes, he has laid us out with an injury update, and he has stated that he's on his way to making it back to AEW, making it back to Dynamite. He actually wanted to apologize to the fans who actually wanted to see him and basically, let them know what's going on. On top of it, it kind of seems kind of a heelish promo at the same time because of his injury and how bad his injury was. But he was also doing it in character as well, which I found it quite funny. And thank you. And with the whole thing with MJF right now, we found out that his injury is due to a hangnail that he had injured while playing a game of cards at Dynamite. You know that whole scene where him and Tony Schiavone and I believe Sean Spears, formerly known as Ty Dillinger, these guys were gambling, and apparently on that segment he got hurt and hasn't been allowed to go to Dynamite due to quarantine, and basically want to make sure his health is 100%. Apparently the hangnail that he got, for those of you who don't know what a hangnail is, it's that one thing that's like a really, really bad nail formation that happens on your finger. So, not to treat anybody who doesn't stupid, but I know there's some people who don't know. It's basically something that's hanging off your nail and it goes through your skin. Apparently he's one of those people who would pull the damn thing all the way off, and now it's infected. And basically, if you guys want to listen to him to explain, I suggest you go to All Elite Wrestling's Twitter or MJF's Twitter, because he has released a video about it, and basically you can see that he's in a sling, and he's also been in a cast for his thing. So, for my honest opinion of this, I think it was a good promo. If this was a promo, if this was a work injury, and he's playing off the character just being douchey, but at the same time, I hope he's doing better. I hope that hangnail heals, because hangnails are bitches to actually, hangnails are bitch, I mean, when they get on your finger, it hurts, Alright, so that does it for MJF. Alright, next in our news, which I feel like is minor, is something that I think a lot of fans will love to hear, especially if you're a fan of Kairon Kross, aka Killer Kross, and his debut to NXT. And now, what I had predicted before is that Killer Kross, Kairon Kross, was going to be accompanied by Scarlett Bordeaux. And truth is, guys, that is exactly what's happening. When they did the video, Scarlett's boot was in the frickin' shot. And now, it is now confirmed she is, in fact, his valet. And will be working with her husband in NXT. And here they have a video. Let's take a look. Well, it's not a video, it's a GIF. But you notice in this GIF here, guys, her boot is on the floor right next to Ciampa's head. And if you look closely into it, right, you'll see in the car with Kairon in there, she is actually involved. And I thought this was a great idea just for the fact... Oh, sorry, guys, with the Pokemon stuff. But anyway, I thought it was a great fun fact right there, because Well, not a fun fact. What was I saying? Anyway, I'm saying that Killer Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux reunited in WWE is awesome, and I can't wait to see what happens in NXT. Which right now leads us to our next article here, which is Tony Khan says next Wednesday's AEW Dynamite will be the best wrestling TV show in months. So, this is what he has posted. Thank you, great AEW fans, for watching Dynamite tonight. I enjoyed producing this week's show. I thought it was a great show. I think next week's show has a chance to be very special. I think it will be the best episode of wrestling TV anyone's done in months, to say the least. Alright, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that the show will do good and be one of the best ones in a long time, but I'm going to say this. Tony, don't overhype yourself, man. You don't know just yet how it's going to come off to the WWE or the AEW or the wrestling fans. In the wrestling fans and the mainstream fans in general, you don't know how it's going to come off of. So if I were you, I would have stayed humble and not say very. I would have just left it at very special. Saying the best episode of wrestling TV done in months. That has yet to be seen. Though I'm gonna say this, both AEW, WWE, and even Impact have performed on good wrestling TV during this coronavirus. I mean, I think everybody's up their game at least. So I'm gonna give Tony the benefit of the doubt because that's the right thing to do. But at the same time, I just would like to tell Tony, stay humble, man. Just stay freaking humble. It's been working in your favor for a while now. Don't get cocky, because look what happened to Vince. I mean, he thought he was doing great, and now he had to make budget cuts. So that's going to lead us into our next article. But first, let's look at his lineup, because this is the lineup for next week's Dynamite. So the AEW TNT Championship Tournament continues, as it will be Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin. That should be an interesting match. I think it's going to pop a lot of fans' eyes. And I think for Darby, I say this is probably going to be a good test for a match, because this is a person who's going to bring the best out of Darby Allin, and I think Cody Rhodes is the right guy to do it. Then you have Dustin Rhodes versus Lance Archer.
Here's what I found on the web.
Here's what you found on the web. Freaking Google, guys, on my phone. I don't know why it's acting up on me right now. It's done that 3 times today. Anyway, Dustin Rhodes and Lance Archer. Quite honestly, I look at this match and I feel like it's going to be a good match. At the same time, I feel like I've seen this on ECW for some reason. Did I? No, that was Vance Archer. This is Lance Archer. Oh, okay, we're good. I say both matches have good match of the year potential, but, well, not as far as TV matches go for AEW, but I say, guys, just watch. You know, it's going to be that's going to be 2 good matches right there. Brody Lee versus Marco Stunt is going to be on next week as well. I know a lot of people don't like jobber matches, but I think Marco's going to do the job. And the main reason why, as most people would know, following Luke Harper, Brody Lee, is that Brody Lee's just going to beat the shit out of Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt is a small wrestler versus Brody Lee, who is a freaking monster. So, I'm going to say this much. Brody Lee is going to beat Marco Stunt squash. And then we got the Best Friends versus Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc in a no DQ match. No DQ tag team. No DQ tag teams for over the years have been very good matches. I feel like this match is probably one match that might be a sneaker, but it's also an underwhelming match. I already look at Brody Lee versus Marco Stunt as an underwhelming match just because I know it's a squash. But as far as the Best Friends versus Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc, this is the one match that probably seems underwhelming to the basic mainstream fan. But it also has the potential deal one right underneath the fans. Basically, it will squeak. It would squeeze the fart out of somebody without even them knowing it. It'd be like, the sneaker. So that match has potential to be good. And then AEW champion Jon Moxley will speak. So as far as I'm concerned about Moxley, I think his promos have gotten better as far as being in AEW versus WWE. But I still feel like it's the same person. I know some people are going to say, it's not. I feel like it's the same person because of this fact. The Shield. All members of the Shield said, we want to be a champion that's here every freaking Monday night or Wednesday night or Tuesday night, Friday night. They want to be I swear, Roman, Seth, and Mox have all said the same damn promo. Every time they win the big title. I mean, am I wrong about that, guys? I mean, I'm just asking. Am I wrong? If you guys think I'm wrong, give me a comment down on the screen. If you guys are feeling that same way too, let me know. Shit. I mean, it boggles my mind. Alright. So, next on our articles. Candice LeRae has debuted a new look along with her heel persona with Johnny Gargano. And I like how WWE has quoted her as saying, you know what? I'm not going to eat second anymore. You know what? I like it. It's refreshing up her character. It's refreshing Gargano's character. I like the fact that Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Ciampa are in this rivalry. I think this is going to be one of the rivalries in WWE that's going to be talked about for a long, long time. I mean, we talk about Ric Flair and Dusty. We talk about Austin Rock or Austin McMahon or Triple H and Rock or Bret and Shawn, Hogan Savage. I mean, we talk about all those kind. And I feel like Gargano Ciampa with Candice is going to be a big story that everybody's going to be talking about. It's going to be one of those rivalries we're going to be talking about for the next 10, 20 years, All right. Next on here is that we have an updated TNT Championship Tournament, which, to me, I'm not going to be talking about because it's Darby Allin versus Cody, Dustin Rhodes versus Lance Archer. In my honest opinion, like I've said before, it's going to be Cody versus Lance, in my opinion. All right. So we go on to our next article, which I said earlier would be Vince McMahon's recent mood in WWE during this whole coronavirus thing. Now, it's been reported that he's in a very, very bad mood. Some sources are saying that he's a grumpy old man right now. And here's what is being said. Well, actually, he's a grumpy SOB. So that's what the company has been joking around, and they've been trying to stay away from the boss, and they're joking about it just because I guess they don't want to get in the line of fire. If I was you guys, I would say, hey, Vince, this is how I would go. I'm like, hey, Vince, you everything all right, man? Hey, if you need anything, and you just want to talk, we'll talk. That's how I would be, but I think that would be a bad idea because Vince would be upset, but I would have the balls to do it, I know New Jack would be giving him a hug by now. Alright, so here, the word from people close to the situation is that they will stay out of the building for as long as they can. And also, no one wants to be in the direct sight of Vince. They don't want to be caught in the line of fire. One person said, yeah, I'm going to stay out of the building as long as I can and sit in my car or take the widest path that I can to stay out of his way and to stay out of his vision. Guys, from what this is saying, Vince is very, very irritated about this and very irritable about the situation. You can't really blame him, especially with the reasons that are listed here. Because McMahon has faced various challenges, such as moving the shows, Coronavirus. Yes, that's right, because when you look at the coronavirus, it's the reason why wrestling shows today are now in empty arenas. It's because of the coronavirus, WrestleMania didn't get the big payoff that it should have. It's also the coronavirus that basically forced them out of arenas where they can get money from the fans when the fans would buy tickets. And in fact forced Vince to basically refund a lot of tickets. You know, that's it. You can't blame him for doing that. And it's also forced him to move shows that were scheduled for other arenas to the Performance Center. I can understand Vince being very pissed off about that. And then here's the thing. Vince is even more pissed off, like as I mentioned earlier. He had actually bragged about how WWE stock has been going up. And then not too long ago, like last week on Black Wednesday, he had to make major talent cuts. And I know some people are going to say they're undercard cuts or people who are backstage. It doesn't matter. That was a lot of talent he did not want to let go. For whatever reason, whether it's to stop AEW from getting major talent, whether it's because he had actual major plans for them, or he actually wanted these guys there to help out. Vince had to make those cuts. It probably irritated the shit out of him. In fact, I think Shane Helms and a couple other guys have already stated Vince didn't want to do it. He had to. He did not want to make the cuts. So that is a crazy thing to think about right there. And then on top of it, I think the big boo-boo in Vince McMahon's mind right now, and you can't blame him for being sour grapes about it, is that he had to file for Chapter 11 because of the bankruptcy of the XFL. And along with the XFL, as what we mentioned the other day, the commissioner of the XFL is now suing Vince for not paying him. To be honest, Vince is facing a lot of fucking shit right now. I mean, for him to be a grumpy old man right now, or a grumpy SOB, you can't blame the man. You just can't. I mean, that's a lot of freaking stress, let alone the normal stress this coronavirus is handling. I mean, he cannot use as much talent as he would like, for one. On top of that, he has to. You look at the family situation. You want to make sure your family is in good health, especially with Vince and Linda both being in that age range where this freaking virus is absolutely fatal. You know, I mean, and then he's got to think about his employees at Titan Tower, and the thought of having to move from Titan Tower to somewhere in Stamford. You know, when I look at it, Vince McMahon being grumpy does not surprise me in this week and going on forward. You know, hopefully he'll get through it and be over it. So our next article is the identity of the Dark Order member that's being revealed on a Dynamite. This is actually a short, minor one, so I'm going to say this. They believe it's Preston Vance. For those of you who don't know who Preston Vance is, he is also Cody Vance, which he's been on the indie scene for a while. He's also wrestled for Impact, you know. So they're going to also give him the name 10. So he was actually the guy who was featured in Brody Lee's promo this past week. So it'll be interesting what they're going to be doing with him, you know. So we'll see where that goes. Also for in the minor news articles, Batista's new film will stream tomorrow on Netflix. Is it Netflix? Alright, is it? No, Amazon Prime. My Spy, Dave Batista and My Spy will be streaming tomorrow on Amazon Prime. If you guys like Batista's movies, this one's to be checking out. And this one is actually a kid-friendly one, so if you have a kid in the family or whatnot, and you guys just want to sit down and have a good time watching a movie, My Spy is a good movie. Mm-hmm. Alright, and now more backstage news at WWE. The ratings for backstage are not good, folks. My honest opinion on this one is I don't expect them to be as good as Raw. I don't expect them to be as good as SmackDown. I don't even expect it to be as good as Dynamite or NXT. WWE Backstage is like what my show is. It's a backstage talk show. And they talk about, it's like a review show. To me, it's like, that's not going to be a big thing. And here's the thing with this whole thing, folks. I look at a lot of dirt sheets. They get upset, or they try to make negative light on WWE by saying the ratings are not good for Backstage. Well, Backstage wasn't meant to be a major show. It's a spin-off. It's a side show. Plus, you get CM Punk. So what do you think? Vince would not like it, would not care about it that much. What I'm saying is, a 0.03 demo is not that bad. I mean, this is for the person who's the major WWE fan or a major hardcore wrestling fan who wants to watch Backstage just to see the wrestlers, I don't see the mainstream audience going to go watch Backstage. That's just my honest opinion. So, I expect their ratings to be lower. Extremely low. By the way, guys, check out Asuka's new video, too, while we're at it. Because on Kana-chan TV on YouTube, she's going to teach you guys how to do logo designs. If you guys know anything about Asuka's YouTube channel, it's a really cool channel because she is very cute. I'm sorry, guys. I am a huge Asuka fan. And hell, if this helped promote her channel, I guess I would, because I think Asuka's just adorable. All right, another instance for Vince McMahon, he also has another article about him where he talks about John Cena, in which, as Vince McMahon quotes, he is the standard bearer, the benchmark, and the epitome of what it means to be a superstar in the WWE and in life. Happy birthday to the 16-time world champion John Cena. And you know what? I can't argue that. Nobody can argue that. I know some people will, but after what John Cena has done for the last 2 decades as a WWE superstar, and even now as a Hollywood star, I mean, I gotta say, he is the standard bearer of what a WWE superstar needs to be, or needs to try to become. I'm gonna say this because my Mount Rushmore has more than 4 people. You gotta either be like Hulk Hogan, you gotta be like Stone Cold Steve Austin, gotta be like The Rock. If you're a technical wrestler, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Bret Hart. Then you have Undertaker, and then you have John Cena. For obvious reasons why those guys are the benchmarks and my Mount Rushmore. I know my Mount Rushmore seems big, but that's the case. So, yeah. And by the way, happy birthday, champ. Happy birthday to the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena. Now, we also have some other exciting news for our last small article here. It's very exciting news for people who are fans of the Bullet Club. Carl Anderson has started the countdown to his no-compete clause expires. So when his 90 days are up, Carl Anderson will be returning. And from what it seems like from all his Twitter, from his Twitter account, and even on Luke Gallows, they're counting down the days, the hours, the minutes. And it seems to me like they are either, one, going to go to AEW because of their friends. That's what I have been told by some other people. But there's a lot of people who, in which I'm a part of in that group of people that is a lot. He's going to be going back to New Japan. Carl Anderson, Gallows, they're heading to Japan, folks. That's where I think they're going to be going. And you know what? I would love to see them return. And I think my dream match there would be Anderson and Gallows versus God. I would love to see what that's going to happen. So check out for New Japan on that one. All right. And then our last article here today will be Cody Rhodes, folks. Yes, that's right. One of the EVPs of AEW has filed trademark on his name, Cody Rhodes, which, by the way, was held by trademark by WWE, just expired yesterday. And basically, Cody has filed it. Alright, WWE originally had the trademark filed back in 2009 on October 13th. It expired October 13th of last year. My bad, guys, my bad. But in 2018, apparently on that same day, Cody had filed trademark. I'm trying to figure out, why is this news today? Well, because someone had actually asked from Heel by Nature. And basically Cody has stated the following. Basically, by no means WWE holding that name hostage. That is not a real thing. If I was to walk out tomorrow as Cody Rhodes and I announce as Cody Rhodes, nobody's going to sue us. Nobody's coming after us. He has also said that the plan to get it back and said it in 2017. I don't mind that WWE took away my last name. Deep down in my bones, I definitely want it back. And I have plans to get it back. But there is something to being Cody. The longer I don't have the last name, the more I'm okay with it. That's not to say WWE is holding it ransom. It's literally an intellectual property law that is easily can be remedied. But there is something about being Cody that I don't mind. So right there, by that quote from Cody Rhodes itself, I think that's good that Cody's stated this and said this, because it's like a lot of people seem to think that WWE did that intentionally to take away Cody Rhodes' name so that Cody couldn't make any money. There's a lot of people who believe that. In my opinion, that's not the case. When knowing WWE, for the years I followed WWE and all other wrestling organizations, because the same thing would have happened in WCW. When it comes to copyrights and trademarks, that means when someone is trying to file trademarks for your intellectual property that you're going to be giving them, that means they have plans, big plans for you. So the fact that they filed it back in 2009 and hoping Cody would be a major star, in which I believe in 2008, 2009, he was starting to rise up in the ladder. I bet you, especially in popularity with the fans, because a lot of people, even in those early days, love Cody Rhodes. In my honest opinion, WWE had huge plans for Cody. So whatever happened is, if you ask me, it's like, there's a multitude of things. Cody can probably explain them all by himself. But yeah, it just seemed to me they had big plans for him, and that's why they filed trademark for intellectual property. Alright. And then also got some news on one last news clip before we go, guys. And that is it's about the WWE game and the AEW video game that's going to be coming out soon. Cody Rhodes has gone on record to saying that they have been working on it. A lot of you guys know that they've been trying to get the Aki engine, which would be kind of cool. But they said they got the wheel going and they are on their way to developing a game. However, for us WWE fans who want the WWE video game and was hoping for a WWE 2K21 coming out, Vince McMahon has announced today on record that the WWE 2K21 game is in fact canceled. It will not be released this year. I don't blame him for saying that. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen after the failure of WWE 2K20. For those of you who don't know why 2K20 has failed in a lot of people's eyes, it's forced a lot of fans to go back to 2K19 because 2K19 was a better game, I guess. But I'm gonna just go out and say it. I mean, the thing is glitchy as fuck. So for a lot of people who are fans of the WWE 2K20 game, I'm a fan of the 2K20 game, and I'm kind of disappointed with that. And then on top of that, the game seems rushed. Not a whole lot is. I mean, the reason why I felt like this game was going to be canceled for next year was because of the fact that when they did 2K18 for the Switch, they never went back to the Switch. So I don't know what's going on with 2K. I don't know what's going on with Ukes and all this stuff, but quite honestly, the partnership between Ukes and WWE and possibly 2K have ended, and it's not looking good. So I'm pretty sure as far as video game goes, I'm pretty sure Vince is looking for somebody else to do the game. I truly believe that's what's happening. I think Vince is cutting off the game this year. I don't blame him because it's like that was a bad representation of what he wanted and or what the fans wanted in general. To the dissatisfaction to the fans, I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon is probably looking for somebody else to do the game at this point because the failure of this is bullshit. Especially when you have a lot of this game was supposed to be that good. You had returning legends in there, you had a full new roster, and then on top of that, you had the returns of China, you had the returns of Hulk Hogan, you have the return of the Rocket Sock Connection as a team. So yeah, but then there's a lot of things they did that just killed the game in general. So for wrestling fans who are trying to get the next WWE game, it is not happening next year. You're going to have to wait probably the year after. So that's it for the news today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Hit a like, subscribe, leave comments of any of these discussions of these different news articles today. And just, you know what? Give me some thoughts, guys. You know? All right. Y'all have a good day. Take care. Bye.